So what up YouTube? How y'all doing? This is your coach Renz, and I know you see the title. Gonna talk about for about the next 20 minutes. So if you're not on here, you're catching this on the replay. If you had questions, put them in the comments, but don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and join me on my Patreon. But here's the thing, we're talking about Magick, Alchemy, and I'm going to relate it to the Black Panther movie and the full moon cycles that we went through and we're going through, and that's a full moon tonight for January, and how the moon phases are working in February, and how the movie Black Panther is utilizing that moonrise power. So we're going to break this down. First of all, I need you to understand a couple of things before we really get into it. So I need you to understand this part. So you got to listen. You got to listen in carefully to this part right here. You got to listen carefully. The first thing is Magick. You notice I spelled it with a K. I'm not talking about that birthday party magic. I'm not talking about that kind of thing, that dark magic or light magic, or the kind of stuff that you usually see on Facebook and YouTube. You see a lot of stuff on Facebook and YouTube talking about magic and power of attraction and meditations to draw in energy and to manifest and that sort of thing. And it all has a basis of truth, but yet the most important aspects of it is left out. You see, the thing is, me, Alchemy, I see it for what it really is, and that's what I want to pass on to you guys today in the next 20 minutes. I want you to see what Magick really is from the Hermetic Alchemist standpoint. You know, the greatest of utilizers of Magick has been those who study alchemy, those who study the Hermetics. So understand, Magick, I liked in the movie Thor, they summed it up by saying that magic is science not yet understood. Magic is science not yet understood, right? So if magic is science not yet understood, then there are ways that we can manipulate energy, and we can manipulate cause and effect and things around us so that we can utilize magic. Now the reason why I'm talking about the Black Panther movie and the moon phases is when you look at, let me give you the basic part that you'll hear on Facebook, you'll hear on YouTube a lot. You'll hear people say this part. You'll hear them say this. You hear them say things like, okay, those who practice dark magic, or those in Hollywood who understand magic, there's a reason why they release things on Thursdays. They release movies and things on Thursdays because, you know, Thursday is Thor's day, and the energy that's surrounding that aspect of it. They'll tell you things like that. If you look at this Black Panther movie, it had an early release. Its premiere. The premiere of it was done a couple of days, like 2 days ago, right? Like yesterday. So they had the premiere right when the full moon began for January, the second full moon, which is a full moon that deals with the vibrational pattern, the frequencies of 131, right? They're dealing with those of 130 and 131. They're dealing with that energy. So they released the movie at the beginning of a full moon. Now I want you to, and then the next part of it is that the movie, this worldwide release time frame comes after February 15th. February 15th is a new moon. It's the new moon of February. And then we start going into the next full moon cycle. We're in a growing moon. Now, what does that mean? What does any of that has to do with anything, right? Here it is. Talk to any farmer. Go find you a farmer's almanac. And they will tell you that you plant. If you want something to grow, if you want something to manifest, that you plant it from a new moon into a growing moon to the full moon. And at the point of the full moon, you don't plant anymore. Right? If you want to grow something, if you want to create something, you want to manifest something, you want something in abundance, then the almanacs, the farmers, the agrarian cultures, they knew to plant during a growing moon. People start businesses during a growing moon. They release things, they release movies during a growing moon. Now, some of them don't practice this, they don't work with this, so you'll see movies released at different times. But movies that are blockbuster movies, other than just having dates like 4th of July and Halloween, which Halloween generally falls on a full moon, it is always trying to do things on a growing moon cycle or a full moon. It's usually rare that it's after a full moon that some mega big deal is done, right? Now we can go back through history. We can find different cults and different religions, ancient religions, that practice these types of things. They didn't just practice them for no reason. That's how nature functions. Nature functions that way. Look how animals and look how plants, everything responds to the moon cycles. The ocean responds to the moon cycle. So you can't just dismiss it because it's energy. It's real energy. So if you can't dismiss it, you know it's real energy. Why aren't you using it? Why are you letting other people use it but you're not using it? Right? There are a lot of people tonight, they're going to be doing meditations, full moon meditation. They did something last night, but tonight is the main night for a full moon meditation. And for the month of January, there's 2 full moons that occurred during January. It was like January 1st and 2nd. Now we're having one at the end of January. A lot of full moon rituals, a lot of people who are pagan, as they call themselves, or witches, and they're going to be practicing and doing rituals tonight for full moons to manifest things in their lives, right? They're going to be doing this tonight. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, I'm not into that witchcraft stuff. I'm not doing that. But all your religions, every religion teaches this in some form or fashion. But what I want to teach you guys is how these things actually work. You see, they can have the Black Panther movie, and they can release it on these cycles of the moon. They can release it in relation to the full moon of January, this last full moon, have the premiere, and then right after the new moon of February, you know, when you want to grow and you want to blockbuster this thing, they can release it when the new moon weekend and growing into and release it during a growing moon. But you gotta, here's the part that alchemy steps in from. With magic, magic only works really with alchemy. You got to do the work. You got to understand how to transmute that energy. That transmutation of energy only occurs when you understand the Hermetic principles, the Hermetic laws. I shouldn't call them principles, but the Hermetic laws. When you understand the Hermetic laws, then you can use alchemy to transmute one thing to another thing. To be able to understand how to use moon energy, you got to be able to transmute that energy into something that grows in your life. And if you don't understand alchemy, if you don't understand the Hermetics, then it's something that you can't really do. When I did a video series on my Patreon concerning the law of mentalism, it's a four-part video. It might even be 5, but it's at least 4 videos just to understand the law of mentalism, so that you know how to first get it in your mind of how you're going to manifest something or bring something into your life. Because see, full moons is manifesting. It's the last day of manifesting, very powerful time. But after tonight, it's really about releasing things out of your life. You see, people are asking for things to come into their life, but the moon cycle is waning. So you're working with the opposing energy at that time frame. See, if you were truly into if you understood alchemy and hermetics, you would know that after tonight, it's about releasing things until February 15th, when there's a new moon. When there's the new moon on February 15th, now it's about birthing something brand new. I mean, think about it. A blank moon, where there's no moon in the sky, is called a new moon, because it's time to start birthing something. And if you are a farmer, you're an agrarian, you're going to start growing crops. You're going to plant seeds. You're going to look to grow something from the new moon up until the next full moon. And that's why Black Panther movie comes out, premiered the other night, officially comes out the weekend of the new moon. Because Hollywood, certain people in Hollywood understand energy and the energy of people and the energy of the earth. And we have to, if you want to use it, I'm not going to say we have to. It's all about you making a decision. And that's what it comes down to. You see, I started to reference the TV show Black Lightning, but I'm not sure if people are watching that show. I know I like it because I'm a comic book nerd. But they said some things in the last episode about how there are people who use the Bible as a tool. What's up? How you doing? But there are people who use the Bible as a tool to keep people under control. But if a person is inspired and they understand the true writings within it, the true understanding of it, because there's a lot of hermetic laws within those writings that if you can understand it, get beyond the surface stuff that people are trying to force you to believe. But as they showed in the show Black Lightning, the people who just wanted to march, oh, they was about to get shot and killed. They were gonna kill all of them. It wouldn't matter. You can march all you want to. You can get up there and say your inspirational speeches, and you can quote scripture, and you can say God is this and God is that, and God is with us, and God brought this and God brought that. But what the show Black Lightning showed was that if you don't get up and do something about it yourself, then nothing happens. And that's where the real magic begins. You can, the earth, the universe is filled with energy. It's filled with energy, and that energy is constantly in motion, right? And whether it's, and too many people get caught up on, is it light energy? Is it dark energy? Well, hell, most of the universe is made out of dark matter and dark energy. So therefore, dark energy is not bad. It's just about how it's used and who's using it. It's the same way with light energy. How it's used and who's using it. People like to scapegoat and say, oh, well, Hollywood this and the Illuminati that and the Masons this and the, you know, the Rosicrucians that and the Knights Templars, and they want to, and the government, and Donald Trump last night in his speeches, you want to sit around and look at every other person except for the person in the mirror, which is you. Because it doesn't matter how somebody else is using this time frame. There are a lot of dark occultists, as they like to call them, who will be using this full moon energy tonight to increase their hold over people. They'll be using it to increase their power over people. They'll be using it to increase their greed and increase their, the lavish lifestyle that they leave and the foothold that they hold on certain people. There's a lot of people going to use it tonight for that. What's sad is that the same amount of, the same power that they use to hold things against you is the same power you can use to free yourself from it. And it's all about, the first thing is making a dang on decision that that's what you're going to do. You can, a lot of people, like I said, they're going to meditate tonight. That's good. I'm glad you're going to meditate tonight. You're going to meditate. But let me ask you a question. How much true intention are you going to have in your meditation? You see, you can meditate, but if you're begging in your meditation, if you're meditating from a position of lack, a position of wanting, a position of not having, of no abundance in your life, then guess what? Your meditation is not going to do jack for you except create more lack in your life. And then you're going to be stuck with a life of lack, right? And then because you're meditating from a position of lack, all your actions thereafter will be actions based on lack or actions based on fear. See, you can meditate all day. You can pray all day. But if your prayers and meditation is based on fear, then when you step out to add, then all you're going to do is you're stepping out from a fear-based position, and your actions are going to be lackluster. They're not going to produce for you. I'm going under this tunnel. That's why it's telling me a very bad signal. But it's going to be lackluster. It's not going to produce for you. So you have to, and I'm gonna say you have to on this portion. If you want to have, let's say you want to use this moon cycle, this full moon tonight, to get in better health, to increase your health, right? And you're gonna meditate tonight, and you're gonna pray tonight, and you're gonna say, oh God, oh universe, you know, help me to not be fat. Help me to not be unhealthy. Help me to control my diet. You're gonna go, but you're coming from a begging position, then you're not gonna get your results. You're not gonna manifest what it is that you're meditating and praying over, and you just wasted that energy. And truly, those who know how to use energy are gonna usurp your energy and use it for themselves. You know, that's why they have these totems and logos and idols for you to pray to and look upon and hold on to, because they can usurp that energy because you don't even know how to use it right. So when you do go into your meditation, you have to go into a meditation or a prayer with a mindset that and speech and an intent that it's already with you. You already have it, and that's what so that your next steps, because the law of cause and effect is going to have to be a part of it no matter what. No point of your life is devoid of actions towards you obtaining whatever it is in life you want to obtain. You are committing actions towards that regardless if you realize it or not. Some of you may say, well, I'm not committing actions towards my goal of owning a business. Yes, you are. You're committing actions to it right now, whether you realize it or not. If you're just thinking about it, but not taking actions towards it, if you're procrastinating and not taking action towards it, if you're not going to meetings, not learning, not opening the business, not developing the product or the service, then you are taking actions. It's just the actions you're taking, the effect is, you will never open a business. You're always taking actions. It's just the actions may not be in the direction of the thought or the words that you keep spilling out of your mouth that are actually opposed to the primary thought that you have in your subconscious. And that's what people don't realize that. They think that they go around and they saying, oh, I meditate and I pray. I meditate and I pray and I know that God's gonna bless me with a husband or a wife. But then you go home and you don't go out, you don't go see anybody, you don't hang out with anybody, you turn down dates, you look like hell on a stick. You go to work. I just saw a little girl, she had one of them bonnet things on her head. I'm sorry, but don't nobody want to marry that, you know. I saw a dude, I just saw a dude, I was getting gas and he had like ketchup and mustard stains all on his shirt. No woman wants to approach that dude. I dropped off some product at a lady's house and earlier, and the house looks like a hot mess from what I could see. Nobody's coming inside there. Want to talk to you. So you're doing your actions are dictating what you're going to get in life. So you seriously got to get this mindset. You want to work with Magick. You want to work with energy. You want to work with alchemy. You want to work with the phases of the moon. You want to work with sun gazing, crystals, stones. You want to work with any of those things. You up there burning white sage, but you don't know how to actually use alchemy and use the hermetic laws to feel your intentions so that your actions start to dictate what it is that you want in life. You're just wasting time. You're wasting time. You really are. But but you can do that. You can change it though. All you have to do, you can change it right now. You can change it tonight. You can make tonight your first one. And it's not always going to be easy. And you're going to be filled with a lot of doubt. You're going to think that, okay, I'm going to start this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit myself to the action. But because you're not getting results as quickly as you think you should be, you may buy out. You may quit. You may say, nah, see, this ain't working either. Coach Ren's talking all this trash. And I believed that it was going to happen, but it didn't happen. You got to have some patience. If you saw my video about taxes that I posted earlier today, because the live feed wasn't working that well last night, you got to have patience. If you don't have patience, then, because you have been manifesting things immediately already, for the most part. Not on the regular. It may have happened here and there, but on the regular, it hasn't been happening. So it's just like learning how to walk. You didn't just get up and start running. You stumbled and you walked kind of wobbly, but that baby, when you was a baby, you had the confidence to know that this was going to happen. I'm going to walk. I see the big people walking. They walk around on them two things. I'm going to walk around on my two things. So you had patience as a child. You got to show that same kind of patience right now. You got to show that patience that says that, all right, I do want to learn how to manifest things and bring things into my life. I know that I'm filled with a bunch of doubt, but I now have a process to overcome that doubt. Every time I have that negative thought, I'm going to replace it. Every time I have that negative thought that keeps me from committing myself to right action, then I'm going to go ahead and just commit myself to the right action, do it, and do it in such a way that I know that I'm going to get the results that I desire, and I'm not going to worry about it. If I don't get those results, then I know I gotta put more into it. I got to keep going. I got to put more mindset into it. I got to put more physical action into it until it just starts happening. Now, once it starts happening, you're good. Let me give you an example, right? Last night. So, me and my girlfriend, we started a company called My Naturally Pure. It's a body and facial scrub for men and women. So we started about 3 weeks ago. Now, we've made some sales, of course. We went out, made some sales. I went out, made some sales. We've had a couple of people order online. Friends and family, people on Facebook, they haven't been ordering like she would have liked them to. So she made the statement. She made a statement about, we doing this, but ain't nobody ordering yet. And I told her, I said, see, as long as you believe that, as long as you keep stating that, then guess what? Nobody's going to order. No one's gonna order. So last night, because I'm teaching her how to do this. Last night we do a little full moon meditation. You know, we burn some white sage to clear the energy. We get everything situated. And I was like, okay, but you gotta believe. I said, the only thing I need you to do is I need you to believe that you're gonna have one sale. When you wake up in the morning, you're gonna have one sale, and it's gonna be from a stranger. It's gonna be from somebody that you don't know, I don't know. They're not on Facebook. We're not gonna be able to tell where that sale came from, where that person found us, how they found us. I said, that's all I need you. That's all I need you to believe, right? So that's what we talked about. That was the meditation last night. And I put a lot of energy into that focus. And so this morning, when we woke up, I looked online because we shared the email, and the first thing I did was get in contact with her and let her know. First thing I did was get in contact with her and let her know that, hey, guess what? Guess what? You got a sale this morning. You got a sale. Matter of fact, and the sale was for multiple items. It was for multiple items. Why? Because she went full in. She went all the way in. I went all the way in on my meditation last night to get that one sale because she wasn't feeling that confident. You see, you need a lot of small victories. You need victories, right? In order to build your ability to manifest, you got to have some victories. It's like when a child walks. If they get, this time they walk 1 step, 2 steps. Next time they walk 3, 4 steps. Those small victories build up your ability to be able to start utilizing alchemy, the laws of the Hermetic laws. It teaches you how, and then you start understanding deeper levels of magic and energy. And the next thing you know, you can use these moon phases. You can use the light energies and dark energies. Now your crystals have more power. Your stones have more power. All these things start working for you, right? Instead of it just being something that you just look like you're doing right. But so yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that for a few minutes. I've gotten to my destination now, so I enjoyed it. I look forward to it. I hope you guys are doing some good moon meditations tonight. So y'all have a great evening, have a great night, and trust me, the moon cycles go every time. But watch, they're releasing the movie Black Panther on the weekend of the 15th from a new moon in February. Had the preview at the full moon of January, the second full moon of January. They are using natural energy in order to bolster this movie. I mean, it's already going to be a good movie. I'm very confident in the directors and the actors, and I'm a comic book nerd, so this movie, like I'm the primary person that they're looking for to love this movie, because one, they got to making a movie concerning a black person, they got to make it good, or they're gonna piss off a bunch of people. Then second, Black Panther is like a hugely incredible character in the Marvel universe. So there's a lot of Marvel comic book fan people who will crush Marvel if this movie doesn't come out well. So Marvel has a lot of pressure on them concerning this movie. So they had to use every aspect of power and persuasion that they could. That's why this movie was premiered during a full moon, and that's why it's being released at the new moon of February. You know, so hey, because if people were saying, oh, they're doing it just because it's Black History Month, they wanted that, they would have released it like February 1st. But why not February 1st? Because February 1st is the first day of the waning moon, and you don't release things. You don't bring out something you want to grow during a waning moon. Only during a growing moon do you put out things that you want to grow, that you want things that to have abundance in and have to be vibrant. So after today, I want y'all to meditate on and focus on releasing things out of your life, getting rid of things out of your life until February 14th, then begin the 15th on the new moon. I mean, true Valentine's is for this year is really like February 15th, so that you're getting something new into your life. And matter of fact, I'm gonna do a lot about love and that as far as coming into that time frame. So hey, if you guys like this video, please, like I always say, share, please comment, and if you like the content, please support me on Patreon. That's Coach Renz. That's my patreon.com and Coach Renz. Patreon.com, Coach Renz. Y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.